everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my January TBR. I'm going to keep it a little bit more fluid than I have in past months. Past months I've had super strict goals of reading, X amount of books, like my 20 book month in November, and then my 7 series that I finished in December. January, I'm going to try to just ease into the new year. So I do have a couple books that I definitely want to get to, and then I'm going to leave it a little bit fluid. So let's start off with one that I am most excited for, and that is The Labyrinth, and this is by A.C.H. Smith, illustrations by Brian Froud, and this is a Jim Henson book. So we do have a little bit of the story, the movie story, and then some illustrations in the back and some of Jim Henson's notes. I'm very, very excited to get to this in 2017 because I've had it on my shelf, been so super excited about it, and then not actually had time to sit down and read it. So it's time for me to look at that. Similarly, I will be reading a book that I got for Christmas from my dear friend Kat, and this is Brian Froud's The Goblins of the Labyrinth, featuring new art and afterword by the artist. So this is all about the different goblins that are inside the labyrinth. It really is just illustrations and some notes about the goblins, like each one individually. So this is more of like an artist's rendering book, and I am so excited to give this a read in conjunction with this one because some of Brian Froud's work is actually in this book. So I'm excited to look a little bit more in depth and read the two of these together this month. I will also be reading a standalone, which is Aristotle and Dante, Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin O'Leary Sands. And I cannot wait. Like, do you see all of the awards that this thing has won? This is supposed to just be like one of the sweetest, most amazing LGBTQ plus contemporary romance, coming of age kind of tales. And I'm very, very excited about it. So I definitely want to get to this sooner than later, so this is going on my January TBR. Same with Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. This is another LGBTQ+. Do you have to say all that if it's just a female-female romance? I don't know. I've heard nothing but great things about it, so I'm really excited to get this on my TBR and have a little bit of a diverse start to my year. And then I'm throwing in a classic, because I would like to read more classics, and I've never read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, so I will be reading that this month because it's nice and short, and I want to read this before I read Heartless, which I do have from Owlcrate and have not read yet. So I want to read this prior to Heartless, so I will be reading that this month as well. Now we're going to get into the serious part of my month. This is what I'm going to be reading and focusing on a lot. Sarah J Maas, Throne of Glass. It's time, people. It is time. I am starting, and I know there's been a ton of debate. People have told me how to read this series, but I have gone into discussions and I have gone into exactly what Sarah J Maas says she wants us to do as readers. She wants us to start with this. I am going to read Assassin's Blade first because that's what I've been told to do. So I will be reading this. Apparently this gives you a little bit more of Selena's backstory and her motivations. We meet somebody named Sam, which everybody is really excited about. So I'm going to be reading this first this month because I'm going to be reading Throne of Glass for a book club that I joined. So I joined a book club called Java and the Librarians. Our hashtag is just Java and Librarians, and we are going to be having a live show. I will have all the details listed down below for when our live show will be. We will be live tweeting. You can tweet us all of your questions about this book, and then it will be streaming on Google+, and then you'll be able to watch it after the fact on Erica's channel. So all of the details for the book club will be down below, so you can ask all of your questions on Twitter with our hashtag and we will answer them during the live show. Like me, they've never read this series before, so I'm really excited. I do want to read the Assassin's Blade first, and then I'm going to dive into this one. And my goal is not to get too far ahead that I get things confused when we do the live show, but I will continue with this series once I'm done this book. So I do have a couple of the standalones, like I said, and then I'm Throne of Glassing it. I'm diving hard in, and those are going to be my go-to reads. I do have the rest of the collection up here, so I will continue with Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Empire Storms. I own them all, so once I'm done those, once I'm done Throne of Glass, I'm going to just continue to binge the series because it's time. I'm excited to be able to throw in some classics, some standalones, some diverse reads, some stuff that I'm like super crazy interested in, which is The Labyrinth, and to finally get to some Sarah J Maas. I am excited about this, but this is only what? Only 7 technical books on my TBR, but I'm leaving room to throw other things in there, to join up a readathon if there's any. I have not done my research yet on readathons for the year. I want to do that while I'm sick and in bed. So that is my TBR for January 2017. Holy crap. If you have any thoughts on any of these books or any other books that you feel like I should be reading ASAP, definitely let me know down below. I can't wait to talk to you in the comments. If you liked this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video.